Hi guys, this is Tino Talks. So I hope you guys enjoy my next incoming video, guys. So guys, please like, subscribe, and share my video, guys. And I made it easier to you guys to also to subscribe right there in the right hand corner, right there where it says Tino. So I hope you guys like. If you like it, please comment. If you don't like it, also comment, guys. Tell me what was wrong with the video. See you in the video, guys. I want to throw a big shout out to Hippie. Hippie, I made the video for you, my friend. I hope you've seen it. Let me know what you think, my friend. This is just for you. For anyone who don't know who Hippie is, you can look him up. It's at Hippie Reacts. His link is gonna be down below. I'll mind you down in the description. See y'all. Thank you, guys. Hi everybody, welcome back. Today's video is actually gonna be a little bit different than usual. This video actually gonna be a little it's actually requested by a subscriber of mine. He wants to know what I think about it, what's my opinion, what's my thoughts about it. So I'm gonna give it to him. So guys, as we know, my other videos been about third eyes, government, shower government, stuff like that, right? So today's video is actually gonna be a little bit similar to it. Nice, quite. This is actually, it's gonna be about the disappearing about the band Scorpions. This was about the late 1960s, which I'm gonna be telling y'all guys about it. And I want you guys to actually stay tuned and actually listen to it. And this is actually pretty cool, guys, because when it comes to rock, guys, rock is actually, it's been one of the most famous music. Everybody's knows it for heavy metal, soft rock, all that. We got bands like Kiss. They was more like kind of heavy metal, but not heavy metal. Then we got bands like the Beatles. They was more like soft metal, more soft rock. Then we have a band named the Scorpions. That's the band we're gonna be talking about, because this band actually disappeared out of the face of the earth. Nobody actually heard about it. Nobody actually knows about it. But this band actually was actually pretty famous, guys. This band was actually disappeared. So when I mean disappear, I mean literally disappear, destroyed. So they actually wipe it out like they never exist. So how it started was, this band actually started, the Scorpions. As you know, the Beatles was the Beatles actually came from the what's it called, the New England, over there by the UK and all that stuff, United Kingdom, along with the Scorpions. But the Beatles actually was one of the most famous ones. This was what actually started before them. So when we deal with the industry, guys, I'm so sorry you hear the background noise. There's actually sirens going on in the background. I do apologize for that. I'm actually outside. I'm outside my apartment recording you guys because I'm talking to you guys. They're just passing by. I don't know what's going on. So anyways, when we deal with the music industry, there's a certain time period when everybody, it's their mark, right? It's their prime time, So when you deal with the music industry, they always trying to find a way to replace you, because they think they don't got the youth no more. You don't got the energy no more, or they feel like you're worn out. Everybody got tired about you. It's time trying to start something new. Trying something new. So when we deal with that, this is deal with many artists. Let's start with the most famous one, Tupac. Tupac was actually replaced by other artists, which I'm not 100% sure which ones. Now we got famous, everybody knows this one, which is Nicki Minaj. So if you notice, we got these girls that dress just like her, act just like her. We got the most famous one, Stelly May, which is actually same thing, same deal. Also we got Cardi B, same, also same, also deal. Um, so uh, they were trying to do the same thing when Queen Naja, which she didn't follow protocols, which that's what ended up happening. So the whole story what behind the Scorpions, Beatles was already in the USA. They were already popping. Everybody was on going crazy for the Beatles, screaming their names. Concerts, tours, everything, you name it. So how the Scorpion actually initiated was this is actually happened back in the late 1960s, when everything was the Scorpions actually came back. The Beatles actually started in the 1960, which was really in the beginning of the year. The Scorpions started actually in the 1965. The Scorpions are actually a band just like the Beatles, exactly like the Beatles, and everything exactly the same. So what's going on with the whole controversy with this? This band actually initiative, and they're starting to get known. They started going to clubs and they started performing there, restaurants, other kind of events. So there was actually someone from the music industry and those after it was in a club, they really liked them, so they came on a contract and actually signed them up. So they started to be popping more and more people, and England started listening to them and be like, oh yeah, this is who we want to hear and all that stuff. So here's the thing, if you notice, the USA want to have everything is the best. Everything is going on. There's like the great. If you hear the background, that's actually my daughter calling for my dog. Um, I'm do apologize for that, guys. So that's we have the Beatles was like popping all over. So once the Scorpions start nation start known all over the England, so the USA, as you know, the USA everything is good. That's actually real great. Is they start bringing them to the USA like scientists, doctors, everything is really good. The USA wants to have the best, and I do apologize if everybody in here in watching this video don't believe that, but it's actually true, guys. I do apologize. I do all give my bad. So one of the biggest controversies is that once the Beatles and the Scorpions started to be popping more in England, the USA actually give them passports, and they brought them to the USA. So they got a new manager here in the USA. Everything new. They left their old manager in England. That's how usually things. They give some of the USA knows. The government of the USA. So once this thing start happening, guys, the Scorpions actually started to be known, and they were just toe to toe with the Beatles. So once this started going on, they started going in tours, started going to concerts, having shows, everything, guys. Everything was going great. Until this is the thing, what the whole controversy. This is how it started. Why they got rid of the Scorpions? They told the Scorpions to make more noise, to get rid of, to make sure they wiped out the Beatles off the face of the earth. They only, everybody should be calling their name, not the Beatles, because they were right toe and toe. So it's like when you watch baseball, you have the Yankees and the Red Sox, right? Going toe and toe, right? Going right at it. That's how they were. So they told the Scorpions, I want you to destroy the Beatles. Do everything in your possession, but destroy the Beatles. So the Scorpions were doing it. So they got a little bit higher, the Beatles. But they start thinking, why are we going to destroy another band? Why is it to us? So they brought it to their attention. We brought you to the attention. This is actually a real life story, guys. This is actually a story. Actually, if you guys don't believe me, this actually story is actually in Netflix, guys. It's under the category conspiracies. It's under right there. This story is actually right there, guys. If you don't want to believe me, what I'm telling you guys, you actually can look it up yourselves too. That's everything I have told you guys. This is for your own acknowledgement, guys. Like I mentioned in other videos, I'm not corporate with nobody, I'm not affiliated with nobody, I'm not working with nobody. This is actually real information, guys. Real life information. You can actually search it out yourselves, guys, if you don't believe me. So anyways, they start saying to themselves, why would we gonna destroy them? So they start going against them. So this is where things start going left for the Scorpions. So the CIA actually hired a guy, a drug dealer. A drug dealer. I forgot the name of it, guys. Actually, I did forget the name of this drug dealer. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. His name was. So that actually drug dealer was actually hired by the CIA. So there's several. I couldn't actually find the actual name. There actually some say is Cam Webb, Cam Kinsey, something like that. But his name is actually in the show Netflix. So guys, so he actually got hired by the CIA to implement drugs to the Scorpions. Start drug like he was like a watchman. Like he acted like a friend, you know. So he encouraging the Scorpions to start throwing parties, you know, do other kind of crazy things, you know, having women, stuff like that. So he was actually the guy who started finding all these females for the Scorpions. So it started. So since the Scorpions didn't wanna, like, you know, wanna cooperate and destroy the Beatles, and a lot of people's actually gonna argue with me on this one, which you can, which is totally fine, because like I said, every information I give you is for your own acknowledgement. But the thing about the Scorpions were actually indeed the one and only band to actually be one to destroy the Beatles. And this was actually already written, but they actually went against the grain. So when the CIA hired this guy acting like there was his friend he just showed up out of the blue. So guys, let me explain a little bit before I go on with the story that actually happened. You know, when you go against the grain, the industry is not gonna forget. They're gonna be like, okay, guys, you wanna go against the grain, you wanna go like this, you wanna go like that. You can't do that and expect something in return, guys. You can't be like, yeah, you're gonna have all happy endings. This is one of the biggest reasons why things happen in a lot of artists disappear and stuff like that. That happens to a lot of artists. So once they start doing that, guys, this guy acting like he was body and all that stuff, right? So the Scorpions were like, okay, cool. So they have woman, everything. You know, they start having wives, stuff like that. So, and then you start putting up the woman abusers. That's it started. They had a show in press, and they actually were taken to court. Secondly, they were drunk. They were drunk. They were drunkies. They were abused of alcohol. That was the second thing. Cool. Everything was going smoothly. So they thought it was their manager. So they ended up firing their manager, and they actually got another manager. So they were losing ground. They were losing a lot of ground during that time. So everything seemed they were going against them. So they hired this new manager. I don't know the full name. I don't know the name of it. So they hired this manager, and the Scorpions once again start popping up and start making noise. And remember, what did I say? I said the industry don't forget. When you say no, hey, destroy these people. Make sure they're wiped out of the face. everybody's calling your name and all that stuff. You're the only one. So here's the phase number 3. So they're supposed to go to a tour and everything was going good, and they found them drugs. They found them drugs on the tour bus. That was number 3. And the final strike was the Scorpions. They had a party, and they were having a party with all these females from that, and they were set up. Someone set them up and someone implemented it. They actually gave them more heavier drugs. So the CIA, they hired this man to implement drugs on the Scorpions because they won against the grain and they don't want to destroy the Beatles. That was the whole plan. They show up where the Scorpions show they were at. They were like elegance and all that. The Scorpions still exist today, but that was the final strike and the last all ground. What happened to the guy who sold all the drug dealers, which is actually funny, guys. Since it was hired by the CIA, which is also implemented, it works with the industry. All grounds to be quiet. You never heard of this guy drug dealer. Nobody knows who is it. All records were erased. But this is the funny part, guys. When you deal with industry, when you deal with the music industry, you can go against the grain. You sign a contract, you have to commit to the contract, guys, till the contract expires. Cause see, before I have said this in my podcast, you have to read the fine print. But I understand when you're excited, you don't think about reading those fine prints. You're thinking about like, yeah, they show you money, they show you amounts of money, and you never seen them before your eyes. But the Scorpions were actually erased with the face of the earth. They still exist as a band today. They're still present, but nobody knows who they are. And this is one of the most direct and conspiracy things, guys. This is the most infamous conspiracy, guys. Because the thing is, when you actually, I believe this is actually true, because it does work like that. And the government is very shady, guys. When you actually be told a task, you can't go against the grain. You can't go like, oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna go and do whatever. I got a contract, I already got the money. No, you can't do that. You can't rebuild yourselves against these people. These people are more powerful than you think. They got a lot of people under their pocket. They're paying too many people, too much power. You're gonna be a lost soul. So guys, I'm just gonna say this, guys, before I wrap things up. If you don't believe, guys, please let me know. This is one of the most infamous stories, guys. One of the most infamous ones. One more infamous. And I believe it is true what this is going on, and they happen. Because it still happens in this day to day. Like, there's too many questions. There's too many people believe Tupac is dead. Is not dead. Actually, is actually alive. They believe Biggie is alive. I'm not 100% sure, guys, on those ones. I'm not 100% sure, guys. I can give you my own. I think, because like I said, I'm not affiliated with nobody. I'm not associated with nobody. But guys, these things do happen. But if either you believe or not, I really want to know what you think, guys. Below the comments, let me know what you think. If you ever heard of this group called the Scorpions, this was a rock band back in the 1960s. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, guys, I really appreciate you guys. Leave your comment, hit the bell button right there, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Let me what you guys think, guys. Please, guys, let me know what you guys think, like it or not. I want to know what your thoughts are. This is very powerful, I understand, but what I do say in these videos, like I said, this is for your own acknowledgement, guys. You can do your own research. I do invite you, everybody, to do that. Guys, once again, I do appreciate, guys. I do love talking to you guys. um, but this is what I heard, and this is what I that's known for, from reading, watching videos. Like I said, this conspiracy actually is in Netflix, guys. um, Before anything else, I want to say, if you guys made it to the end of this video, which I'm gonna make another small clip for it, I want to throw a big shout out to Hippie. This was for you. This is your request. Guys, if you know who Hippie was, I'm gonna leave the link below for his YouTube video here. You can go and look at him up. It's Hippie Reacts. Hippie, you're the man. Let me know what you think about this video. This was for you, my friend. Ciao. Remember, this was Tino Talks. See you in the next video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, don't forget to let me know what you think about this. Comment, subscribe. You know it. See you next time, guys. Bye now.